Are y'all rolling?
Yep.
Everybody rolling? Here we go. Sheriff Smith, can you tell me the importance of you being here today, and what does this movement mean to you personally?
Well, I without hesitation, I will say that most, probably 99.9% of law enforcement are appalled at what happened in Minneapolis. That puts a black mark on everybody in law enforcement that works so hard to work with people like this. And I thought it was very important for me to come out here and tell them how much I appreciate how respectful they have been the last several nights, staying out of the street, staying on the square, and just let them know that we have their back as long as they do what they're doing now. They can stay out here as long as they want to.
Now, thankfully this has been peaceful so far. However, you're walking with them and they are saying some things. They are profaning the police in some situations.
Hey, you know, I've been called pig, I've been called all kinds of stuff. I've been in law enforcement 45 years. If you don't have thick skin, you don't need to be in law enforcement.
You talked to a few protesters tonight. What did you talk to them about?
Just talked to them mostly about what I've just said about how much I appreciate how respectful they are, except for what you alluded to. But for the most part, how respectful they are, staying out of the street, doing what they needed. This is a protest. This is not a riot. We will fight 100%, law enforcement will, to protect their right to be able to protest. It's a shame this happened 2 weeks after Memorial Day. Those people that we memorialized on Memorial Day fought and died where they can do what they're doing right now. Law enforcement have fought and died for them to be able to do that. And I just think it's important for us to stand up for them and allow them to be able to do it and keep them safe as they are doing it.
So Sheriff, some of the message behind these protests around the country also has to do with a call for reform in law enforcement in situations where you have rogue individuals, engaged in the deaths of people unnecessarily.
Right.
What do you have to say about your department, what you personally have responsibility over to hear those concerns and see to it?
Right. Since I took office on January 1st, 2013, I've arrested 4, if not 5, of my own personnel. That's what you have to do. You can't weed out everybody that needs to be weeded out when you do in your hiring process. But when you find out you have a rogue officer, you have to deal with it. And you have to deal with it swiftly and justly and weed them out. And I understand, I hate to speak on what I've heard, but I will just this one time. What I have heard about the officer in Minneapolis, there have been many opportunities for him to have had some of the same thing I'm just talking about, for him maybe to be removed from that department. But what he did, put a knee on somebody's neck when they're handcuffed, laying on the ground. We don't even leave people laying face down on the ground. You can drown like that. Your lungs can fill with liquid and you can drown by doing that. We put people on their side, we set them up or whatever. And the guy obviously was not protesting the arrest or anything. He was being calm. Of course, I guess he had to with a knee in his neck, but I think it's totally uncalled for, and it shouldn't happen anywhere.
What do you tell your deputies about de-escalation in situations?
De-escalation is a key buzzword today. There needs to be more de-escalation. If I were to start anywhere, it would be in de-escalation training. Just like the girl that got my face up there a while ago. I could have got right back in her face and everything, but I'm not going to fall for that. I'm out here to do the good. I'm not out here to get in a contest with somebody about, hey, what are you doing there? What are you going to do? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to thank them for being respectful and thank them for doing what they're doing. Going down there, making a block, coming back, talking about, First Amendment protects exactly what they're doing.
Sheriff Smith, there's more protests planned this week. Do you plan on coming to any others?
I'll be checking by here to make sure they don't need anything. There's some, I'm attending an event. I hear there's one tomorrow night. I got to get with y'all and find out where all of them are. I just left Liberty Baptist Church earlier. I didn't know about it till the last minute, but I made it out there. I'm part of the panel on Thursday night on the Zoom meeting, and I'll be as many as I can. I represent all the people, not just a few.
And you attempted to lead the protesters around the square, but a majority of the protesters ended up not coming with you. Only a small portion did.
Mm-hmm. I think the first part that went straight misunderstood which way we were going. But I didn't look to see who was behind. But, you know, I can do what I can do. I can't force them to do anything. I'm here genuinely and legitimately to thank them for what they're doing.
So are you willing to commit to proactive agency-wide implicit bias training yet?
Corey, here you go again.
It was brought up back in October, the 287G meeting.
That was somebody running for office, running against Matt Schaefer, I think.
Right, but are you willing to
We're
commit to
in for
implicit
any
bias
training that will help situations like this not happen, including that.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I'm sorry?
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, y'all covered it pretty well, as y'all always do.
Perfect.
All right. Appreciate